memorable late model stock finish at Dominion. We'll be joined by the winner, Bobby McCarty, and talk about his return to victory lane. We'll also be joined by Cars Pro Late Model points leader Katie Hettinger to talk about her strong start to the year. And we have big throwback news regarding Hickory. Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels is next. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. I am joined yet again by JD Bowsher.
Thank you for having me again. I must not be doing too terribly bad.
Yeah, we keep inviting. Well, Alan Book's the co-host, so
sorry.
He's impressed.
Oh.
I'm always impressed. But before we get started with today's show, I want to tell you a little bit about our friends at Pepperjack Kennels. If you're looking for the best water or land training for your retriever, then look no further than Pepperjack Kennels. To find out more, go to pepperjackkennels.com. Well, JD, the pro late models had this past weekend off.
Yes.
So the focus was all about the late model stocks at Dominion. We thought Butterbean Queen and Connor Hall would be tough again, but we also had some surprises.
Some pleasant surprises, yes. Dominion is one of my favorite places to go. It's fast. It's just a great facility. They put on an excellent show. The staff's phenomenal.
Here's a look at the highlights with Butterbean and points leader Carson Quapple starting on the front row. More from them later. Bobby McCarty showing some strength early on, moving past Quapple for second with just over 100 laps to go. Hard racing here between Landon Huffman in the 22 and Mason Diaz sends Huffman spinning in turn 3. 15 laps to go now, and the caution waves for an issue on the Mike Looney machine, which sets up for a fantastic finish. We mentioned Butterbean and Quapple earlier. 3 laps to go, and they trade some paint as they battle for the win. Bobby McCarty says, "Hey, what about me?" and makes a 3-wide pass to take the lead. Butterbean battles back on the outside, but McCarty beats him to the finish line by mere inches in one of the closest finishes in Cars Tour history. It was McCarty's first win of the season and first since 2021. JD, what a race.
That finish, though, I mean, I've watched it 1,000 times, and I can't get enough of it. It was so awesome. I mean, Butterbean definitely could have dumped Quapple and sent him into the wall at any time, but he didn't. He just wanted to race. It looked like a lot of fun.
Well, and that's the thing is, I think lack of experience could have ruined that great finish for the race fans.
Yeah.
But you had those veteran drivers that race with respect. They know what they're doing out there. I mean, I'm sure it was really exciting for them inside those cockpits, but man, a great finish for the fans at home too.
It was awesome.
And watching in the stands.
Oh, it was awesome. And the interviews afterwards, I mean, just that you can see the passion in the drivers, and I really like that. I want to see a driver that's definitely really passionate and really dedicated to what they're doing.
For sure.
So I like that.
Well, thanks, JD. And when we come back, we will talk to the winner, Bobby McCarty. More Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels is next.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Come out to Star Speedway Saturday, July 1st as the Tour Type Modifieds race for $10,000 to win in the Racers Honoring Racers 100. And that's not all. The Granite State Pro Stock Series will also be in action, along with legends, bandoleros, and six shooters. It's 100 laps of tour-type mod racing at Star Speedway, Saturday, July 1st, and you can see it exclusively on Racing America.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome back to Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels. JD and I are now joined by this weekend's winner at Dominion, Bobby McCarty. Bob, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I'm looking at pictures from this past weekend in Victory Lane. You look so excited, so much emotion. Walk us through your thoughts. And I mean, it was a crazy finish. So walk us through your thoughts that the finish of the race up through Victory Lane.
I still haven't really put them all together yet. If that makes sense, it's a lot to take in a short amount of time. But it was that was wild. Like I said, I still don't even know how to describe it or put into words what I was thinking. It happened so quick, and then we was winning the race.
Well, have you gone back and watched the footage yet?
Yeah, probably. I'm not going to say how many times on this because I don't want to embarrass myself.
Well, you ran at Dominion the week before, and you won, but you ended up not winning. So, what was it like to go back to Dominion and win in this amazing fashion, put on this great show for all these people?
Yeah, the weekend before they did toss us in tech, and like we was telling them, I don't argue black and white rules. I look at certain things you got to use some common sense based off of what you know about the parts in question or whatever. And I've helped do a lot of R&D and spent a long time building my own stuff, so there's not much I don't know about them. And I felt the straight DQ was pretty harsh. So when we come back this past weekend, it was kind of all right. Let's prove a point. That those plates didn't help us win the race. So to come back and get the redemption and prove to everybody that them plates didn't do anything for us was a really good feeling.
Yeah, you can have all the discourse you want on social media or in the pits, but people can't argue with results, and so that was the way to do it. And we talked about a little bit in the highlights, but for the folks that weren't able to tune in, walk us through that end of the race and kind of how everything played out for you.
Yeah, so we had more of a long run car. It take 10 or 12 laps or so for it to really get going. So when we had that late caution with 12 to go or whatever it was, I was like, man, that's the last thing I needed. Just because I needed my car to come in a little bit better to try and contend. And that caution come out, and I was like, all right, we got a chance here. So I tried to keep heating the tires as much as I could. It still wasn't enough. They just fired off way better than we did. And they started battling, really, really hard. And we started catching them, and I was thinking what I was going to do when I got there. I wasn't going to catch them and just ride in third, but I wanted to make a move to where we all could still race for the win. I didn't want to take it from nobody, and I wanted it to be as respectable as possible. And the whole time I'm catching them, my mind's thinking offense. When I get there, I need to attack. And then when it worked and we went off into 3 and 4, and it was just me and Queen, then it was, now I got to play defense and do what I got to do to make sure I beat him back to the line. So it was a ton of different thought processes that went through my mind in the matter of a minute, give or take. So it was just a lot to process. My crew chief and my spotter, they did really good with the information they give me, and just the main thing was keeping me focused on what we was after.
So you are with R&S Race Cars this year, and this is your first season with them and Marcus Richmond. What's it like working with that group of guys?
It's great. Marcus and I, we go back to about 2014, maybe sooner than that, but just with Marcus and Steve, and Tracy and Rob and Caleb and all the guys, and we have really good partners with Solid Rock Carriers, WG Speaks, Pepperjack Kennels, Bilstein, BST Shocks, Caswell Glass, DreamWorks, all those guys, they care so much about what we're doing, and everybody's super focused. We want to win everything this year, and we kind of got off to a slow start, but just relearning things with Marcus and how he does his race cars now, and just feeling like we're starting to catch some traction. We've had a few good weekends, and it's a fresh group. I reckon I'm getting at. Triplet did come with me. He was my crew chief on the 22 car, and I don't know how to describe it. I've been way happier. I'm enjoying going to the racetrack with the people we're doing it with, and I'm super pumped with the stuff we're doing and stuff we're learning, and I just can't wait to see how the rest of the year plays out.
For sure, and I think that makes all the difference in the world, being happy when you show up to the racetrack. Well, thanks, Bobby, and congratulations. It was so great to see you in Victory Lane at Dominion, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, coming up next, we'll talk to Katie Hettinger about her strong start to the Cars Pro late model season. Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. We'll be right back right after this.
Music City once again becomes Race City with one of the biggest nights of the racing year. See the best ASA racers from the Southern Super Series and the CRA Super Series battle July 2nd in the North-South Challenge at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Plus 100 laps of pro late model racing and much more. Gates open at 3 and racing starts at 5. It's the North-South Challenge July 2nd at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Catch it only on Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hey, I'm Dylan Hart Jr. You're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. We are joined now by Miss Katie Hettinger. Katie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And, we're coming off Father's Day weekend, and I just wanted to mention, I don't know that I have ever bumped into you with your dad not right by your side. He has, played such a huge role in your career, and I know that you guys probably spent a great Father's Day together. Were you at the racetrack this past weekend?
Yeah, we were at Florence Saturday.
That's right.
But then Sunday we were able to spend time at home.
That's awesome. Did you guys do anything fun, or did you just relax?
We have a pool at the new house, so we hung out, and then I got him Hey Dudes for his for Father's Day, and so he was wearing those around.
Oh my gosh, that's like the official shoe of racetrack dads,
Yes.
and some of the crew guys.
Yes,
They're
I've
very
seen lots.
comfortable.
Yeah, they are. I've seen lots of crew guys with them, but especially the dads, definitely.
And I think it was on Twitter, that you recently signed with a new management company. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're now working with MMI. So I train with Ross like at the Chevy Tech Center and everything. So I've gotten really close with him, and he's come to my races and stuff. And so we started talking with him and David and Philip that work with him, and we've done a couple meetings and stuff. And so we decided to do a little partnership deal.
That's so cool. Katie, you are leading the points right now in both owner points and driver points, but Caden Quapple is 13 points behind you. What is your strategy going into the next few weeks, trying to keep him behind you?
Really just the biggest thing is being smart. You know, we can't really have a DNF here. We have a decent lead. I mean, 13 points isn't too much, but it's a kind of safe lead. And so just being smart, not like racing hard, but not being over aggressive and stuff, and just making sure we have those good solid finishes.
I think years ago, people may have looked at pro late models as like, kind of like a stepping stone to supers. I think now the pro late models, I mean, the racing and the competition is, just as strong as, any super late model races,
Right,
or
definitely.
any late model races. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Especially this year, Keely and Jack have done a great job, and now with the new ownership and everything, the pros have really leveled up. I think we're having like 20 cars every race, and so the competition has really leveled up. You see a lot of different winners now, and it's just a lot of good, aggressive, hard racing.
Okay, Katie, so you made history this year. You were the first female to win at New Smyrna in win the World Series feature, but you were still winless in the Cars Tour Pro Late Model Series. What kind of pressure does that put on you?
I don't think there's too much pressure just because we're so close to a win. We finished second at the last Cars Tour race at Dillon. We've had top 5 finishes, decent in qualifying. So we know that we're there and we can win races. And so it's just fixing the little mistakes that I have, and getting closer and closer.
And you've been running with the Anthony Campy crew outside the Cars Tour. Do you have plans to continue running those races, or will you guys be mostly focusing on the Cars Pro Late Model races?
We were going to run some Pensacola races. I ran one race at the beginning of the year, but just with funding and how some things worked out, I think we're going to stick to the Cars Tour Pro Late Model with Anthony and stuff, and then maybe run some like late model stock races for another team. But we're going to mainly focus on the Cars Tour and the championship.
Well, it's been really great to see you guys have these consistent, great runs, a lot of success. Is the next step supers? Are you rushing into that? I know that you have a lot of great people behind you that are going to help you time out, what the next step is for you, but I'm assuming it's super late models.
Yeah, right now we're not like too sure. I would love to run a super race at the end of the year. Anthony does have Casey, now Byron, who runs the supers with him. So there may be a spot there. It just depends how the pro works out, how scheduling works out. But I would love to try and get a ride in a super.
So do you have like a 3-year plan of where you'd want to be in 3 years? Or are you kind of taking it day by day? What's the ultimate goal here in the next few years for you?
Well, right now we're just trying to take it day by day in the middle of the season, but my goal is NASCAR Cup, my overall goal. And so really every season, every week, every day, we're focusing on trying to get there, making the right steps and everything. So right now we're mainly focusing on like short track stuff like late model, stocks, and pros, because right now I think that's like the hardest racing you can do, especially with the Cars Tour series. So we're focusing on that a little bit right now, but then maybe ARCA and trucks is in the future here soon.
Who is your favorite driver in any of the 3 NASCAR series?
My favorite NASCAR driver, Cup driver, has always been Kyle Larson. I've just always looked up to him, probably because he runs dirt and I love dirt racing. But him and also Ross Chastain obviously have always been 2 of my favorites.
Yeah, that's so awesome that you're getting to work with Ross, and Kyle's a great favorite to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he ends up in victory lane all the time. Speaking of dirt racing, will we see you doing any dirt racing anytime soon?
Yeah, so I'm actually running a micro weekly at Millbridge, and so I've been having a lot of fun in that. Still trying to knock the rust off from like 5 years, but it's been a lot of fun, and Chevy's helped out with that, and so I've been having a little fun slinging some dirt on Wednesdays.
That's awesome, and it's just been so exciting to see you have all this success. You're the total package. You know, it's awesome. I know this is the Car Store show, but I got to go back to the win at New Smyrna. I was just losing my mind watching at home on the couch.
It was so cool to see her do that.
Yes, because it was talent. It wasn't like you lucked into being there, and it was so refreshing to see. And so it's, ever since then, I'm just like, I'm glued every time I see you on the track because I know you've got it. And it's been so fun to watch and follow along. And we appreciate you joining us on the show and making some time for us.
Yeah, thank you. I was so glad when y'all reached out to me. I always watch these. These are so cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, stay tuned, and we'll tell you guys more about this week's throwback announcement at Hickory when we come back.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Believe it. Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanting to make that first lap.
Go.
Drivers, start your engines!
The best super late model drivers in the country battle at Five Flags Speedway, July 21st and 22nd in the Pepperjack Kennels Twin 100s. $10,000 to win each night, plus a special unprecedented Snowball Derby prize package for the overall winner. The stars of the ASA Southern Super Series compete, including 2022 Snowball Derby winner Derek Thorne, plus Bubba Pollard, Casey Roderick, Matt Craig, and more. For tickets and info, visit FiveFlagsSpeedway.com or check out the racing live on Racing America.
Welcome back to Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels. And remember, for world-class retriever training, check out pepperjackkennels.com. I know those dogs are hardworking dogs, but dang it, they are so cute.
I really want to go there and visit.
Oh, a site visit?
Let's do it.
Yes, we need to organize that. So this weekend might be a good time to do that because it's a rare off weekend for both the late model stocks and the pro late models.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that there is a lack of news. It was announced earlier this week that the throwback race at Hickory on July 29th will honor the Cars Tour roots by looking back on the Pro Cup days of 1997 through 2014.
Yes, I love this. I loved the Pro Cup series. I mean, obviously it's where cars originally came from, but to be able to do throwbacks, to honor the guys like Clay Rogers and Bobby Gill, that's awesome. So I'm really behind this. The throwback race is always one of my favorite races of the year. It's definitely not something people want to miss.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's one thing I know for sure. It's that race fans love their throwback events. And, you know, this kind of plays off of what you do on the weekends with the GNSS. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, it really does because we are actually racing Pro Cup cars. A lot of the cars that run in our series are old Pro Cup cars. We've had Clay Rogers come and, you know, do a couple sweeps here and there. And so we have a lot of those guys that still come and race with us. So it's really awesome to see this.
For the folks that aren't familiar, give us a few examples of like the different types of cars. Are they all old ARCA cars?
No, there's a lot of them are Pro Cup cars. We got some ARCA cars. There's a couple old Cup cars, a couple old Busch cars. So if you got something that's probably like pre-2006 laying around, that's kind of our kind of thing.
We had Travis's Lucas Oil ARCA Win car on the table for the bull ring this week. And I was telling Alan, I was like, Travis and I need to pull that out.
Bring it.
And go hit the racetrack with JD.
Come with me, yes.
Well, JD, thanks again for joining us today. It's always a pleasure. And we also want to thank Bobby McCarty and Katie Hettinger, of course, for joining us today. And remember, for replays and more, go to racingamerica.tv and be sure to check out our Racing America 24/7 channel, available on connected devices. And don't forget racingamerica.com and all of our social channels. Tune in there for any breaking news from the NASCAR Cup Series, the Cars Tour, and everything in between. And stay with Racing America next for Dirty Air with Rodney Rodriguez. And now, with the Wednesday night show at Caraway coming up next week and the upcoming 4th of July holiday, we are going to take a little break, a little summer vacation. Thank you, Alan. And we will be back for the second half of the season starting in mid-July. So for JD Bowsher, I'm Jess Ballard saying thanks again for joining us here on Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels, and we will see you then.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
Hey, this is Matt Kenseth. Come and join me at Slinger Super Speedway for the Slinger Nationals.
8-time Nationals winner and NASCAR Hall of Famer Matt Kenseth and the best pavement racers in America race for a chance at over $30,000 to win. It's the 44th annual Cobblestone Hotels Slinger Nationals. It all goes down Tuesday, July 11th at Slinger Super Speedway. Racing starts at 6:30, and you can see it